Thank you for tuning into the reading, produced by Black Spectrum Network. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell button to get the latest updates on this channel. You can purchase a private psychic reading by going to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. If you want spiritual guidance to learn how to work with your ancestors, or you're interested in deepening your spiritual experiences, subscribe to our Patreon. You can get these and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date. That's patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into this psychic reading about Will and Jada Smith. So I wanted to know, what are some questions that you all may have about Will and Jada Smith? What do you all think is going to be asked in this reading? Go ahead and post it into the comments. Okay, so the first question is, let's see. I want to take a look into, what is their marriage like right now? So the first thing that I see here with their marriage is that there's they are right now. I see that they're trying to work collaboratively with each other on business projects, and I see that they're mainly focused on trying to make sure that they can continue bringing money into their household. They feel like so the way that Will and Jada see their family is they see themselves like a clan. So when I did the reading on the Kardashians, I get a very similar feeling about the way that the Kardashians see themselves. They're like, if you're related to us, you're a part of the business, and if you're in the immediate family, you have to do things to make sure that we're good. So I see them being they're very money focused family. I see. Okay, so one thing I see here is that I get that Will Smith is definitely he's the leader. I don't know if he's I feel like he's the leader. He's the financial leader in the household. His energy's more feminine than Jada's energy is, but I get that women are rulers of the marketplace. Women are naturally great with business and starting businesses and becoming entrepreneurs and investing. So I see that he's the one that navigates the household in terms of we're going to take this career opportunity. I think that we should build this particular platform. I think that we need to purchase this particular household in this area. But I see that Jada is, I feel like Jada gets the final say so on things, but I feel like as of right now, there's not as much intimacy there between the two of them. But I do get they have a very strong I do get that they have a very, very strong partnership. I see strong companionship, very, very tight companionship between them. And so I'm also seeing here in the cards that I get that Will Smith is broken. He's the one that's heartbroken in this marriage right now. So let's see why. He's heartbroken because he feels like he hates that like Jada wants to be separate from him, and they are publicly married. He feels like that I get that she's telling him that they have a spiritual commitment to one another, and he feels like things may need to just be a little bit more traditional, a little bit more grounded in what is it, let's bring in some of the traditional aspects of marriage into what it is that we have. I feel like we have done our own thing for a while, but at some point we have to we do have to come back together as a unit, and it's not about just being philosophical about what our relationship should be, but he wants to feel close to her again. I'm also seeing that both of them are committed to walking. I don't see them divorcing, because I see that both of them are really committed to walking a path in this lifetime as soulmates. Um, I feel like I feel like between the two of them, they're saying that no matter what happens between no matter what happens or what's said in the media, or what we, whether it's true or whether it's not true, we're in this for the long haul together. Because I get that Jada knows a lot of Will Smith's secrets, and she's been there for him. Like um, I see him, crying a lot, and I see him being the one that's typically, that may be more that Will Smith has a more depressive energy than Jada does. She's a lot more upbeat. I feel like she's the stronger partner in terms of the being emotionally stable, or just she's sturdy in the relationship. That's just the word to use, sturdy. The other thing is that they are committed to the for richer or for poorer verse in the marriage. That's what I see here in these cards, is that they're like, hey, we're, whether we're rich or we're poor, whether we're homeless or whatever, we're gonna be fine. But I see it as the relationship. It's like Jada leads and Will follows. That's how their relationship is. So let's see, what else can we see into their relationship at this time. Let's see. Well, what's going on with them right now? Oops. Okay, so two cards fell out. Okay, so the first card is talking about an affair. It's the Seven of Swords. So this is talking about a marital affair, and then I'm not sure what the Six of Wands is talking about. So Six of Wands is talking about. Yeah, so the Six of Wands is talking about this is Will Smith. Okay, so here's the affair here. And this is Will Smith going on. He's pretending as though he's not seeing it or not acknowledging it. And he's like, hey, it's whatever. I got to focus on my career. I've got more work opportunities coming for me. Now I see that I see here that in some way, I don't know how this makes sense, but I think in some way it's like Jada Smith is like contractually obligated to do what Will Smith says, because the Hierophant is here. And then it's also like at the end of the day, it's like Jada can lead the relationship, and she can get the final say so. But when it comes to certain things, I feel like Jada is like contractually obligated to listen to Will. And I'm not sure if it's because they have a production company together and he owns it, and he can use that sort of power to influence her, and it's like his trump card. But I do see that he's been in a state of disbelief about this affair. Like, what? Like, how did this happen? And he's not sure whether he wants to be angry or not. Okay, so right now, Will Smith may be overseas. I'm recording this reading on July the 3rd, I think. Yeah, today's July the 3rd. Yeah. Looking at my phone. Yeah, it's July the 3rd. So Yeah. So anyway, so Will Smith is overseas, but I see that he's still surveilling Jada. He's still watching her, checking in, contacting her. But as of right now, he's just kind of like he's just saying to himself, I wish that we were around each other right now. Why? She Okay, so that she's not exactly fighting with him, but she's refusing to address blatant problems in their relationship, and she's saying to him things like, you need to be in a good headspace for what it is you have going on in your life right now. I think that this is not the best time to talk about it. Let's talk about it when you come back. And I feel that she's more logical than he is. Not to say that he isn't logical, but I do get that he has a lot of emotion, and it's with that emotion, it's difficult. I say it's how can I put this? Will Smith's emotions are like waves crashing against a mountain, so to speak. He can hold in a lot. And I don't get that he erupts. I just get that he will brood, and he will just steam and he's the silent treatment type of husband or spouse. And so I'm saying that Jada, it's like Jada's kind of like, you really don't want me to bring this up. You really don't want me to talk about this right now, because if I do talk about it right now, it's going to hurt you. And that's not what I want for our relationship right now. Like, let's do its best, and let's both focus on the money that's coming in. Is Jada being deceptive? It's like the cards are saying that she's delaying the conversation because with this affair, she's upset that it ended. Well, she had to end it, and and the person is still wanting her. I'm going to just go ahead and say I'm familiar with the rumors about this. This could be August Alsina. So, I mean, I'm going to check into that because it's one of the questions that I have. But as of right now, I'm reading the cards. So just to let everybody know. So they're also, okay. So anyway, Jada has a lot of secrets, not just about August Alsina, but she also has, how do I say this? She wants to tell him, hey, I want to be single for a while. Can I just be single? Can we, our kids are older. We may not need to co-parent the same way, but can we be single? Can that happen for us just for a little while? Because she's feeling a bit suffocated. And she does want something new, and she feels like that magic. She's like, she would say to him, there's still magic in our relationship. So I get that, like, she's not being transparent with. Jada has very complex. She has a complex emotional system, and the logic that she uses, it may be, how can I say this? I get that her logic that she uses, it could be unique, but at the same time, it makes sense, so to speak. She's I don't know if she's an Aquarius or something, but it's like she's definitely against the grain, and she's not trying to intentionally make it. She's not trying to make it difficult for Will Smith. I get that this relationship is supposed to go through these types of problems. And I get that she's being as genuine as she can be, but she's not saying all that she feels, because her feelings are complicated and they could be misunderstood, given that he's under so much stress right now working. So let's see, will their marriage last long? Okay, even though they feel like they're supposed to be together for a while, will their marriage last long? Okay, yeah, they feel that they're soulmates to one another, and they both feel this way. They're like, you're hot, I'm hot. Of course, you're gonna have a lot of options. I have a lot of options, but at the end of the day, though we have these options, you are my source of inspiration. And we're both we are both artists. We need to be around each other because we inspire one another to create. They feel that they are soulmates to one another, and they feel that they have. I get that they feel that they both touched the depths of each other's souls, and I get that Will Smith is definitely a lot more appreciative of the experience than Jada is. I'm also saying here that for Jada, Will Smith has kept a lot of her secrets as well. And I'd say that Jada has more skeletons in the closet than Will Smith does. The spirits are saying that what needs to be known is that they're both in it for the long haul, and that they have a relationship that's going to require a backbreaking amount of attention to maintain, and that they're also saying they don't have to be together, but together they are a force to be reckoned with, and that their bloodline is more fortunate. But should they divorce, I get that Will Smith would be okay. I don't know if Jada would be okay financially. I get that from what I see here, the cards are saying that though Jada is talented, I get that it is Will Smith who has the upper hand in terms of being spiritually more powerful spiritually, more powerful financially, more powerful in the Hollywood industry than she is. Although she is, I'm saying here, although she is in some way influential, she's influential in a niche way. That's how I guess Hollywood inside, like people in Hollywood would describe her. So let's see. Are they swingers? Okay, so I have a list of questions, and I'm just trying to select from them because y'all gave me so many questions, and I'm probably not even going to get through all of them. So let's see. Are they swingers? Are they swingers? Let's see, okay, so when I think of swingers, I think of couples that have sex with other couples. From these cards, I don't know if this qualifies as swinging, and maybe my definition of swinging is off because number one, I don't really know what swinging really is. Two, I'm not married, so Y'all educate me. And I don't have the time to go to Rabbi Google, so put it in the comments. What is swinging? And hit the skull emoji if you're enjoying this reading. I get that they feel okay. Jada feels like Jada's in the BDSM. I get that. Okay, I don't have the sex cards, but I get that she likes rough sex. She likes to get her ass spanked. And I'm also saying here that she can have sex without emotion, and she's in touch with her body, and she really likes to pleasure her. She likes to use the other man's body to pleasure herself, if that makes sense. And I get that maybe and I have to ask, I'm saying right now they don't do threesomes together. They have sex partners outside of their marriage. So I mean, they have their options. Okay, so they have their options. They got soulmates. I mean, they feel that they're soulmates. They have their options, but they're not. That's it's complicated. That's how they would describe it. You know what I'm saying? Like they would say, "Okay, I'm gonna try my best to." Spirit, give me the words. How would Jada describe this? She would say something to the effect of, some men, okay, she's like Will Smith. She would say Will is tall, right? And sometimes I do want, I go to Starbucks and they're like, what size do you want your caramel latte? And I'll say, oh, give me a tall. But sometimes I want some coffee and I want it to be grande. And, Will may have, she's trying to basically indicate metaphorically, like, yeah, sometimes I want a different flavor of man, but she's also thinking about penis sizes as well. So it's like, sometimes I want my large dildo and sometimes I want the skinnier one. Sometimes I just want the vibrator. Sometimes I want the fingers. And so she has her selection. It's like she has her selection. It's like, her roster is built around, like I said before, it's about her using this man's body to pleasure herself. And so that's how she would put it in a way. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's swinging. I'd say it's more of like, sometimes you need plastic and sometimes you need flesh. Do you get you pick up what I'm putting down? So, I'm also saying here that, okay, what I also can see from these cards is that they keep all of this to themselves, and you got to pay to play with them. I see that, and I don't know how it works, but they don't. It's not I don't get that they escort, but I get that there is something. There's a financial element of dealing with them. Like you have to, like you're gonna pay to if you're having sex with them. You're either getting paid by them, and you're not a prostitute, or you're paying them, but they're not prostituting either, and they're not even trying to qualify it as prostitution. It's just there's a financial transaction there. Let me see if I can get more information.
So fuel my fire, take me higher.